Thank you for tuning in. This is the book. If it looks rather large, that's okay. I'm paying for the shipping. It's free shipping online, but literally, this is really the book. But this is a blown up copy of the book, AfroEconomics, Our Black Wealth Matters, a strategic financial plan program designed for the advancement of Black wealth in America and abroad. Believe it or not, we have people watching all over the planet. So that's the blessing of YouTube. I'm JB Bryan, and I'm the Chief Investment Officer at JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm, the home of AfroEconomics. I got to sit so that my hair doesn't cover up a little signage back there. Look at that. We got to share the screen. And over there are the notebooks for the AfroEconomics Academy, and they're all on the website. Today we're going to talk about the book that has been the my gift, an additional gift from God. My daughter is my gift from God, and I thank him also for AfroEconomics, because I really believe that this is a movement, and I appreciate your support of the movement. I believe that this movement is my life's commitment to serving my community and helping bring the entire nation to a better place economically by empowering my community. So this session is about why it's important for every household to have AfroEconomics, and happy Black History Month as well. So I'll put some notes here. The AfroEconomics app, I have to remind you of that. Please click like, go ahead and click like now, so that you won't change your mind later. No, but I like to be like, so if you're watching me on YouTube, click like, subscribe to the channel. Got to get the subscribers up so that AfroEconomics will be everywhere. And then YouTube will say, wow, people like this. So we should really make sure that everybody sees it. So subscribe to the channel, click like onto the videos, and check out the AfroEconomics Academy. Those are actual classes, and they will be webinars, and they will be recorded, and that they're also live in our corporate office. And soon I want to take them everywhere. So if you're in an area and you look up the AfroEconomics Academy and you want to bring it to a group in your hometown, please make sure you click for the customer service link, and customer service at AfroEconomics.com, customer service at JBBryan.com. But it's right on the bottom, and you can click in there and tell me. I will come. Promise you I'm coming. I'm going to Virginia Union University in Richmond, Virginia. HBCU Almighty has the AfroEconomics, Our Black Wealth Matters in full effect. They are supporting the movement, the book. They have an entire consciousness week, and we're talking about the Black dollars with the students, and they're excited about financial empowerment. So that's a wonderful thing. And I many years ago, they're going to be surprised, but I was an adjunct professor at Virginia Union University. So I'm excited about going back, and it's in their bookstore as well. So check out AfroEconomics.com. So here's the little book. Look at my little stickies in here, things that I want us to look at today. And I'm excited about this because it's really humbling, when you look back and you look at your thoughts. And I wrote this book through just thinking out loud and recording it. And to see it like this, it was very, very hard for me to edit it, because I was at some point I was like, I can't, express that part, because this book comes straight from my heart. Absolutely no hesitation about it. It's totally like, it starts in the intro. AfroEconomics, a strategic financial program designed for the advancement of Black wealth. I believe that a financially strong Black community will create a stronger nation for us all. It's my direct quote. I wrote AfroEconomics, Our Black Wealth Matters, because I know knowledge is power, but only when applied properly. And that's right there. in the introduction, that knowledge is power only when applied properly. Afroeconomics is an opportunity for me to enhance the distribution of financial information in my Black community. I believe that we have been oversold and underempowered when it comes to financial matters. We spend lots of money. Afroeconomics is our opportunity to accept and acknowledge that it does matter how and why we spend our money. True? Wow. You know, and I hope you really feel that and you can get that. So I'm skipping through there. And then the book is really about the 10 principles of Afroeconomics. And principles, to me, principles are things that stay. Rules change and how we do things can change, but the principles of Afroeconomics will always be the same. So the first principle is legacy, and then I'll move into self-reliance and financial independence. And the third principle is organization and planning, and the knowledge and what you know can hurt you. And principle 4 was knowledge. And then principle 5, integrity, the soul of your money, why we do what we do, how we do it, and the godly connection to our decisions. Principle 6, review and accountability, check yourself. And principle 7, the fearless entrepreneur, my next book, The Fearless Black Entrepreneur, is on the way. And the principle 8, have credit confidence. And principle 9, determination, make your dreams come true. Principle 10, Black health and wealth, your health and wealth. So I'm going to just look briefly at each one. Why did I start with legacy? Because as we're trained in the financial industry, we'll always talk about all these things, and then we'll get to like legacy or estate planning questions, and how it's always at the bottom of everything. Look at any textbook, they'll start talking about that at the end. But I believe that we should begin with the end in mind. We should begin our life with what we want to make of it. What do we want to do? So I said here, your legacy, your future planning, or your strategy for your life's purpose truly comes back to not just looking at the end of your life and thinking of it as a far off point, but instead think about your legacy as a line. It's a line that's made up of a series of good financial decisions. And that line can continue past the point of your life's end. I believe that. But all throughout life, we need to have our daily habits lead to the legacy of our dreams. Like, what do we want to leave behind? So Afroeconomics, this is out of the text. Afroeconomics encourages us to avoid debt. Assets may be purchased without debt. A great legacy to leave is an estate with no debts or tax liabilities. Too often we purchase using credit instead of saving and setting goals to purchase down the road. Building real wealth takes time. Looking wealthy is easy. Looking, and I capitalize that, wealthy is easy. We need to make a commitment throughout the Afroeconomics program that we understand that living within or below our means may mean we will have to plan. So credit satisfies the desire for instant gratification, but we can avoid this by having we can avoid having a large credit card balance. It is possible to build wealth, purchase assets, and limit your debts along the way. And that's as part of the legacy section of the principle 1. Click like, somebody click like, quick. No, but let's look at my next little sticky here. So that was the first sticky. The second sticky I have in principle 2, that's about self-reliance and financial independence. And this section, I'm saying, don't underestimate the power of long-term thinking. A self-reliant person, this is a quote on the side, a self-reliant person does not underestimate the power of long-term thinking. The many people overestimate what they can do quickly and underestimate what they can accomplish over the long term. Make sense to you? Think about it. Let me tell you. Let me give it to you again. Many people overestimate what they can do quickly, but underestimate what we can accomplish over the long term. No, we don't give ourselves enough credit of what we can do over our lifetime. We become obsessed with what we can just accomplish today. I believe patience is a big part of wealth development, and I have big capitalized here. For example, with an investment portfolio, we want them to double every month or every year. We want dramatic returns on our portfolio over the short term, but that's when we are overestimating. We need to realize the power of compounding on our money over the long term. That's where it can really pay off for us. A self-reliant person has to make sure they don't underestimate the power of long-term thinking and even long-term investing instead. But that's interesting. So that's the section. I know you really now, somebody is just busting at the seams going on AfroEconomics.com, buying the book right now. You just want it. But this is amazing. This is a really new thing to me. Y'all know I'm a financial advisor, and the Gary Tyler, that a very hard worker over at the Virginia Union Library, was explaining to me that authors read from their books. So he invited me to go over there and read, on Thursday to the students and have a reading and a book signing. A book signing? Financial advisor got a book signing. God is good. So that this is my first book reading. Oh, wow. So I'm accustomed. So this is totally different for me, but this is kind of cool. I think I'll write another book. I'm gonna write the next book, right? Remember? Is about entrepreneurship. I think since I have been an entrepreneur for 20 years, I really want to write about AfroEconomics, the fearless Black entrepreneur. That's me. So let's look at principle 3, organizing and planning. Wow. Now I would say that is like a definitely daily challenge for most of us. But organization is everything, or how organized you are goes into so many aspects of your life. But let me just read JB from your book. So in this chapter, I have a little section called Money Snatchers. It says, so think about the late payments on your bills. They are pulling us away from our cash flow and our financial goals because we're paying unnecessary fees to the institution instead of putting that money into our the late fees into our savings and investments as income. Late fees can really add up and even cost us thousands over a year's time. They can be quite a sum to include as part of your overall income. So this is why it should be an important part of your organization and planning, keeping up with your cash flow. And that's part of it. It's evaluating and organizing your cash flow and debts. And then it says, now that you have a budget, how do we follow it? If we don't keep track of our budget on a day-to-day basis, it's going to stop us from knowing for sure what we have in cash, savings, and investments, which may stop or slow down our process towards reaching our long-term financial goals. So then, and at the end of each chapter, you'll see, can you see? I don't know, you probably see it backwards. I have like checkpoints. And on the principle 3, I have a few things for you to remember. And at the end of each chapter, my favorite notes. I feel that this is a workbook. You'll see I wrote in it. This is not a novel. This is about your money. We got to get in it. So I'm circling, I'm writing in it. And my first instinct was like, oh, don't write in it. And then I said, no, write in it. That's what I want. In the academy, we're going to be writing. We're going to be tearing this stuff up. Write it. So principle 4 is about knowledge. I want everyone to develop a desire for practical financial knowledge. I believe that what we don't know is hurting our community the most. If I had to pick an area that we need to really learn more about, it would be taxes. There are so many people with tax liabilities, mostly because of a lack of understanding of the tax laws. We have been taught what we don't know can't hurt us, but it's a very big misconception. A downright lie. What we don't know definitely can hurt us. So this chapter about knowledge will explain why we do need to take our financial literacy and knowledge seriously. Let's start with, this chapter starts with talking about income and different sources of income. And then let's see. And then it has stocks, bonds, mutual funds, taxes, insurance, just about why you need to. It doesn't go into which ones or what you should choose. No, that's when you get to me and you do the one-on-one consultation, jb@jbbryant.com. That's what we do together. This book is just about telling you why it's important to understand everything that you do. So chapter knowledge, of course, is a pretty big chapter. The also this is education. I have a sticky here. Education. When it comes to education, the most important thing to know is that I want us all to look at education as an investment. Too often we look at education as a guaranteed step a guaranteed step forward, and then we get discouraged or disappointed when we see someone who hasn't gone to college and didn't even finish college become extremely successful. Too often we have bought into education as being a guaranteed investment with a triple-digit return. But when we look at education logically as an investor, we know that high returns come with measured risk also. So let's not forget that when we invest our money, we understand that timing, what's the right day timing is not as important as spending the time in the market. The same rule can apply with your education. Typically, the earlier we receive the education, the better. Far too often, we are going back to get an education in our latter years of life, which does not allow the investment in our education to give us the high rewards that we see shown for people who begin their career with degrees. Some reports say that Black people who have a college degree make higher incomes and it lowers the wage gap. But I believe they are referring mostly about people like me who go straight from high school to college, like I did. Those of us who get an education early in life, in their 20s, so it allows us to have that investment in college, to have a compounding effect on our income throughout our career. So if you didn't get to do that, if you didn't do it then, I say make an investment in learning more about what you love. So my point here is to say that you have to make sure that if you're a grown person and you go back to school, that you understand that there's some risk involved, because that going back as a grown person may not really give you the compounding return that you really want on it. So focus more on using the quality of your experience. And I have it in here, in here, that your experience that you get while others may have been in college, your actual work experience is a valuable investment, but you have to make it work for you. That's why there is no magic formula to what's going to work. So when we see the statistics and they say, oh, people that go to college make more money, that more, or there's a lower income gap, or Black folk that go to college, when did they go to college? And is that really, necessarily true? When you look at everything overall, there's so many, and if you buy into that, then it can actually pull down your hope factor. And I think that your hope and faith factor are very, very important, because everybody's life doesn't go smoothly from high school and they go straight to college and no. But even if you don't do that, make an investment in knowledge, not the degree. Make the investment in knowledge. And if the degree is the only way to get that knowledge, then do it. But a lot of times you can get knowledge without having to spend the money on that degree. Yeah, so not to discourage it. You got it. You know, if you're going to do it, do it. But if you can't do it, you can't afford it, there's always options. I believe by any means necessary, get the knowledge, the information, and your tenacity will benefit you. Avoid debt. So that's also in the knowledge factor. Oh my goodness, 4 is a long chapter. So chapter 5 is integrity, the soul of your money, I call it. The integrity is about keeping it real with yourself. I believe the worst type of deception is self-deception. We try to fool ourselves by not being completely honest with ourselves and not being completely honest about our financial habits. But when we're operating outside of integrity, that's when we're blaming someone else for our current situation. Even if you are a victim, only you and God can fix it. Blaming others and self-deception can destroy your legacy. Even if you are like most of us, you have made mistakes and you have been done wrong. We have to exercise integrity with ourselves first to allow our character to fully develop and take us to the next level to financial independence. So integrity is an important part of our lives because it helps us take responsibility for our financial decisions. So that's integrity. And then the chapter, AfroEconomics Principle of Integrity, helps us make wise financial decisions. Integrity helps us avoid buying things we cannot afford because integrity includes staying in touch with your financial reality. Building a false financial position can lead to a lot of lies down the road. This in turn can lead to bills getting behind, credit scores getting destroyed, bankruptcy, even divorce. So integrity. And I have in integrity also have some verses out of the word, out of the Bible, different parts of financial management and where they are to me, where I found that in the word about generosity, cash management, seek trustworthy financial advice, like it's in Proverbs chapter 15:22. And that's in April, and the AfroEconomics Academy is on the Bible and your money. So principle 6, review and accountability. Check yourself. Remember the hip hop favorite by Ice Cube, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Well, that's true. That's what I wrote. I wrote it right here. Right? It's true. In keeping your financial house in order, you need a regular review of your plan. It all starts with a system. It does not have to be complicated, but you must be organized so that you can review. You must have all of your paperwork in a safe and locked place. Check your important financial statements quarterly. Make sure your contributions are being posted. Look at the returns you're getting and keep track of that. Keep the statements that you receive throughout the year until you receive your annual statement, because that will be the document that summarizes all of the activity throughout the year. So that's chapter 6 about review, keeping up with things. Also in chapter 6, I have a note here about, this is about checking yourself. Remember, chapter 6, review and accountability, the 6th principle, not chapter. It is principles. We don't have chapters in AfroEconomics. Analyze your relationships. Fun. You may not read this anywhere else, but I believe, J.B. Bryan, she wrote that. I wrote that. I believe it's important to review our relationships. A review of the relationships we have is vital. Take an honest look at your professional and personal relationships. We will learn a lot more about our relationships if we just review them, and we may make some changes. A lot of our financial challenges are created by disempowering relationships that are pulling us down. The people we choose to associate with can make or break our financial future. Do you have friends who are constantly asking you to help pay their bills? Are you paying for their household and your household too? Do you have friends and family who are taking advantage of you and your home? And then, so the bottom line, analyze your relationships and get the book. AfroEconomics, Our Black Wealth Matters. Principle 7, the fearless entrepreneur. Let's talk about entrepreneurship in its most raw form. That's when it's just you and your idea. Just me and AfroEconomics. That's what it was. That's all you have. That's all you need. Your business idea, service, or product came specifically to you, so only you can deliver it to the world. Your dream requires that you go deep within yourself and truly believe that you have everything you need to bring the idea forward. You see, the polar opposite of the fearless entrepreneur is the excuse entrepreneur that never starts anything. You know them. And then I have here, for me, the spirit of fearlessness came directly from my youth. You know, the time where you did not think about anything. I don't know how, but you don't ever think about anything. The quote, I don't know how, you just did it anyway. It didn't even matter. I was always that kind of kid who never, ever wondered about the money or how to get the money for what I was trying to do. So I grew up in a household of academics. So all of my entrepreneurship ideas were really irritating because they were like, where does she get this stuff from? I used to run my mom crazy. But yeah, both of them worked at HBCUs my entire life. Yeah. So when I went away, my dad, was even a president of a couple of HBCUs. So historically Black colleges and universities, you got me where I am today, definitely. So credit. This was, I don't know why I wrote credit on this, because I am in, credit confidence. That's what we're in. So credit confidence is principle 8, that the credit confidence is to monitor your credit. I have some, I'm just going to go over like the chapter reminders that we have in the back of each chapter. And the credit is like a series of different questions that I've been asked by people about, how to do it, how to keep it strong or repair. And this one question was, how can I make this a learning experience for me or a person that has been through some changes? Because at first, it should not be a goal of yours to get a loan for all of your purchase. Yes, I believe that knowing when things go wrong, it will affect your credit score, can be one of the best things that ever happens to you. Yeah, because use this situation, use it as a learning experience. We have to learn that for most things we want to buy, it's better if we just save up and then purchase it when we have the money. In reality, you should have no problem being fully functional while you are in a credit rebuilding stage. If you are not fully functional, it means that this is your time to develop better spending habits. So everything happens for a reason, I guess, and we have to make the best out of everything. So monitor your credit regularly, and a whole bunch. Credit confidence, that's principle 8. And 9 is determination. And determination, I believe in determination, and then it says, make your dreams come true. And look, I should put it right here. This could be yours. I believe the word dream is used very loosely today. So with AfroEconomics, we want to focus on our American reality instead of dream. Using the word dream sounds like these goals may never be reached. Actually, you're going to have to be awake to reach your dreams. This chapter is about establishing your dream and how to make it a reality. So principle 9, determination. And the last principle is Black health and Black wealth. And this section I have for this, my reading from this section is healthy is happy. A key reason to stay healthy is because healthier people are going to be happier. Another key reason to stay healthy is to make sure that as you age, you still have the quality and the joy in life that money cannot buy. Though money certainly makes things easier. Remember, you don't want to become a liability to someone else. You don't want to say, oh, if I had exercised more, or if I had taken the time to take those walks after dinner, if only I had a more healthy diet, if I had done this or that. Making healthy choices allows you to live a life of no regrets. And then I have a section in Black Health and Black Wealth, and Principle 10, Black Health and Black Wealth, is take it personally. A lot of times people don't develop better habits until they have a problem. I see that healthy business owners and employees are energetic. Healthy people have so much more to give their clients and customers. They are even quicker in decision making. When you are healthy, I believe you are more likely to make smart financial choices. Learning to focus on my health has been the best thing I've ever done. I'm honestly healthier than I was 20 years ago. Wow. That's still true today. That's good. I hope I always can feel that way. So and then finally, in my closing, AfroEconomics is about destroying the poverty in many Black communities, and in all of them really, and enhancing the Black family and building Black wealth. AfroEconomics is about loving our community and loving all of the people that we live with and around. I believe the principles of AfroEconomics will destroy the underclass stereotype and create a Black community that is financially confident and aggressively contributing to the planet. I believe it. I hope you do too. So AfroEconomics is an app, and it's free. If you get the book, it has free shipping. I am paying for your shipping. Just get the book, and it's on AfroEconomics.com. Check out the AfroEconomics Academy. I want you in the seat. The AfroEconomics Academy is for small groups, and the first class is Saturday, March 12th in the corporate classroom here in Richmond, Virginia area, small suburb of Richmond, Virginia called Glen Allen. It's where my office is, in a beautiful office park. See out the window? It's beautiful out here. And on March 12th, and I'll also be celebrating my birthday weekend. And the topic is AfroEconomics, Think Like a Millionaire. So it's going to be a great class. We're going to have the workbooks. We're going to have the books available to you. Everybody that participates gets a free ebook. It's in e-form on the website, and it's also in the AfroEconomics Academy, we're going to have lunch together too. So it's a nice long day together. I believe that we need to spend more time in positive situations in order for us to really make the change that we want to make. So I have 12 of them planned out, taking you all the way into 2017. So make a commitment to yourself to participate in the Academy. I am making a commitment to your financial success. I believe in you. This is my life's purpose. I'm JB Bryan, and I'm the President and Chief Investment Officer at JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm, the home of AfroEconomics. And the book is out, AfroEconomics, Our Black Wealth Matters. Please share this video and empower your friends. Let's share the love and like the video, please. Have a great day. God bless you all. Bye.